Hi, I'm Brad Steffens, Product Reliability Lead with Civacon. Today we're going to discuss with you the reasons for non-permissive state on a ROM2 monitor. The monitor requires three basic things to illuminate the permit light on the monitor. The first thing that is required is the amber power light must be illuminated. The second is there can be no red compartment lights, either flashing or on solid. The third is all three auxiliary lights must be illuminated. If your monitor does not have all three of these things satisfied, the green permit light, which is located above the power light, will not illuminate. If the unit does not have the amber power light on, you must determine if the monitor has adequate power at the TB1 terminal. This needs to be tested with a voltmeter to determine the voltage. The system requires 11 to 16 volts to function properly. If the power is in this range and no lights are illuminated, the internal fuse is blown inside the monitor. Our monitor, along with other comparable units on the market, is protected internally by a half-amp fuse. Therefore, it is critical to protect the system by installing no more than a quarter-amp fuse in the inline fuse holder prior to the monitor. If the voltage is below 11 volts, the system can become unstable and act erratic, such as random red lights flashing or on solid. If this is what is found, it must be corrected before continuing on with the troubleshooting process. The cause can be any number of places, including a junction box, the nose plug, or an external fuse holder, or even the fuse. The most common is a corroded wire or connection in the power cord to the monitor. This photo is of an improperly repaired power wire that was only in service in the field for just over 2 months after the repair was made, and once again caused the system to fail. If there is a compartment light on, either solid or flashing, and the power is in the correct operating range, that will need to be troubleshot and corrected to obtain a permit light on the OBM. We will cover the troubleshooting of the probe lights in another short video. If you do not have all three of the auxiliary lights illuminated, this will need to be investigated to determine why. These can be hooked up or bypassed as required by the original installer to meet their particular requirements. The terminal for these is located on the lower right-hand corner of the monitor itself. Some of the most common uses for these is to be hooked up to a Hob-style air switch that gets its air signal from an interlock valve or a cabinet door, the loading bar, or from the vapor vents after they are all opened. This is satisfied and then illuminates the auxiliary circuit. If they are bypassed, that will be most commonly performed by a gray jumper strip that's installed in those terminals. If the jumper is installed and they're not all three illuminated, you need to make sure that all the connections are secure. Once these are all satisfied, you will get the permit light. Further information on troubleshooting our overfill systems can be found on our website or by contacting our toll-free tech line.